But for many people, it's a great time to get out of doors and enjoy all the best that Tassie has to offer in this wintry season. Scott O'Leary is Operations and Logistics Manager for Tasmanian Expeditions, and I've got a feeling he enjoys getting out in our winter wonderland. Scott, good morning.
Good morning, Belinda. Happy winter to you.
Absolutely happy winter to you as well, Scott. So who's mad enough to go out on a walk in winter? Who do you see on your expeditions at this time of year?
I certainly wouldn't say that they're mad. From a public walker's perspective, I'd say everyone who loves bushwalking and sort of getting out to appreciate the dramatic changes that each new season has to offer. But, from our commercial operators' perspective, we see people wanting to join our walks, such as like the winter overland track that we offer. They want to get out and witness the changing landscape in all its many moods, but they also want the assurance that goes with joining a guided tour. So these people, they might not have a lot of background in walking in sort of snowy conditions and things like that, so they might not be confident in their own navigational skills, or they may never have walked in the snow before, but sometimes they're just seeking the in-depth local knowledge that having a qualified guide lead them through the wilderness provides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there an increase in walkers in the winter?
Not so much in winter. You've got your diehards, your locals that know the tracks and like to get out there and do a bit of snowshoeing and cross-country skiing and stuff like that. But mostly you're noticing an increase over the summer period.
But there is definitely people that do like to get out and get amongst it in these wintry months.
Yeah, definitely. People that have never seen snow before just love to come down to Tasmania to be able to experience that sensation. It's another world. You get to see it in summertime and you think, wow, this is just an amazing place. Yeah, and you come down in winter, it's just completely changed once again. So, you're sort of almost seeing a reflection of what it was like back during the glacial ages.
Mm. Do you think that we're seeing actually more tourists than locals on the tracks in winter? Is it a fairly even split?
There's certainly a greater number of interstate and international walkers sort of putting Tassie on their destination map, I suppose, especially on the major well-known tracks such as the Overland Track and now the Three Capes walk down on the southeast coast. But really the truly remarkable thing about being a Tassie local and keen bushwalker is that there's literally a lifetime's worth of unpublicised tracks to sort of explore across the state. Many of these sort of interconnect the Tasmanian Wilderness World Heritage Area.
What do you have to sort of pop in your backpack for a winter walk? What are the must-dos, must-haves?
You can get in trouble here because everyone's got their own sort of specifications.
A really long extension cord for my electric blanket.
Oh, yeah, that's easy. We've got about 20-kilometre ones, so we can always put those on the trips for you.
You're my man.
No, these days we're really, really lucky to have access to modern lightweight equipment, which has, increased the enjoyment levels of hiking, but really decreased the load. In terms of packing, first and foremost, you want to pack appropriate clothing. Never take cotton-based materials, either wool or quick-drying synthetics is the rule of thumb. So you want a good set of Gore-Tex jackets and overpants, a set of thermals, polar fleece, woolen socks, a down jacket, or I think they call it a Tassie tuxedo these days. A few people have been calling them these. Two sets of gloves, inner pair and an outer pair, and of course your bushwalking attire is not complete without a fashionable beanie. And then you start looking at your equipment. You need at least a 75-litre plus comfortable backpack, a 3 to 4 season tent, a sleeping bag with at least a -5 rating, thermarest and compact cooking gear.
When you say a -5 rating, that's like a -5 temperature rating.
Yes, yeah. But, you probably, this time of year, you'd probably even start looking about -15, -20, just in case.
Do such things exist?
Yes, they certainly do.
Oh.
You think about people that go to the, Antarctica and the Arctic regions, they need certainly very, very warm sleeping bags.
Clearly I haven't lived.
That's right. And they're so comfortable, especially down sleeping bags. It's like your own little cocoon.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take your word on it.
Okay.
Do you have a favourite track at this time of year?
It's really hard to say. If I did have a favourite track, I'm not sure if I'd share it with you. But
Oh,
It's a bit
Scott.
rude, isn't it? You want to keep something secret for yourself. But, you know, in all seriousness, I do find that a very hard question to answer because Tassie has such a wonderful diversity in all its natural wealth. Like, there's not a lot of places where you can be snowshoeing in, you know, amongst stunning alpine scenery in the morning and then be sipping a beer on the coast in the afternoon. Like, you know, how incredibly lucky are we?
Yes.
Yeah. But,
Well, I think you've converted a few this morning.
oh, I hope so. Yeah, definitely. Come and join us on one of our winter overland walks or the Walls of Jerusalem walks. That would be fantastic.
Pack your -5 sleeping bag. Scott O'Leary, lovely to catch up with you this morning, and thank you for taking some time out with us.
No problems. Have a
Scott
good day.
O'Leary is the Operations and Logistics Manager for Tasmanian Expeditions. You can find out more about going on a walk with him and getting out of him exactly what is his favourite track at tasmanianexpeditions.com.au. Just gone 4 minutes to 7 on ABC Northern Tasmania. We better hop into the